Do you know Jolin Mary Cholokrotin Suluh? Yes, she was one of Putri Indonesia 2019 who was chosen to represent Indonesia in the Miss International 2019. In the Miss International, Jolin successfully introduced Indonesian culture by playing sasando, musical instrument from East Nusa Tenggara. She also wore the legend of Dewi Renggani's national costume, which is a princess of Majapahit Kingdom. Do you know me? Yep, you're right. I'm not Jolin. I'm Yessica Vanessa from SMK 8 Makassar. But the thing that makes me same with Jolin is we are equally love our culture. Is cultural diversity an Indonesian's biggest asset? Could you explain why? Yes, I can. Strategically located on Silk Road, Indonesia bears varying advantages on its core. The core is generated by differing aspects of life, either of the nature and of the culture. There are over 17,000 islands, lay west to east, mostly unrolled by sea and mountains. On this base, Indonesia gives rise to the diverse people and diverse culture. Can you imagine how Indonesia would be without cultural diversity? Don't you know how unique, diverse, and valuable our culture is? Don't you realize that there are many advantages that Indonesia has gotten from its cultural diversity? Both in the economy, tourism, diplomatic relations, etc. If we talk about Indonesian culture, we are about to break our discussion into hundreds of ways of life shared by hundreds of groups of people, including their ideas and traditions, values and beliefs, and even languages and symbols. All this influence viewpoints, roles, and institutions in global society. This all help us to put into picture how Indonesia, entitled with its cultural diversity, potentially plays the role in the world interchange. Cultural diversity is the biggest attraction of Indonesia, where this diversity becomes a big asset for us. This is very related to Indonesian motto, Unity in Diversity. As we know, it is said to be nation's asset because by the diverse of the culture that we have can actually strengthen our sense of unity as a nation. Diverse but complement each other. Our nation's cultural diversity can also encourage the country's foreign exchange through the foreign tourists who come to Indonesia to see the life of Indonesian people who have diverse and unique culture directly. Based on my experience, a few months ago, I took a part of a tour where the foreign tourists took on a cruise tour. They were really enthusiastic about our culture. Even before they came, they still continued to send emails asking if there was cultural party when they came later. Look how excited they are about our culture. And when they arrived here, they were really happy to see the marriage tradition, variation traditional dance, traditional games, pinisi boat, and many wooden houses with their own meanings and symbols. Our cultural diversity is also an evidence that Indonesian nation has noble values in the form that must be preserved. Not only that, some activities between countries, such as International Folk Art Festival, as known as IFAF, has been held in conjunction with Erau, tradition of Kutai in East Kalimantan, for 6 years. It was made to introduce Indonesia to the world. Also, the celebration between diplomatic relations of Indonesia with Japan and Norway both involve the role of Indonesian arts and culture. This cultural diversity truly beautifies our nation. Of course, this is a big asset for us, Indonesian. So what we can do are preserve Indonesian culture to the future generations, also introduce and promote it both nationally and internationally. Not just for me, but for all of us, Indonesian. See, cultural diversity and Indonesians' big asset, right? I am Yessica, and I want to say that sometimes what means nothing for us can turn out to be gold for others. Thank you.